This is a really nice guitar for Dream Guitars in Asheville, North Carolina. And they custom ordered the features on this guitar, which included Brazilian rosewood binding on the Brazilian rosewood guitar with a black, white, black purfling strip, both top and on the sides. And here we show Kaleb Klein preparing to do that binding. One of the tricks on this is the fact that you've got to have mitered joints where the binding over the purfling meets. And that's what Kaleb's doing right now. So he's pre-fitting the purfling strips along with the binding to intersect properly at the miter joint with the tail wedge. And it's a beautiful technique, but as you can see, a little bit involved. The trick here really is to keep the binding in place while you measure and cut everything, then tape it up. Here's Kaleb still working his way around one of the sides. It's a little difficult to see the top purfling, or I should say the purfling on the back channel, just because of the camera angle. But basically he's working, and you can see there, with the binding strips and then two strips of purfling, one on the top and one on the side. You really get one shot at it, so it's important that when you close the joint or you miter the joint, that it's just perfectly right on. This is a technique that's often used on classical guitars, and it's kind of traditional to classical guitars actually, and we use it sometimes. It's especially nice when you use the same type of wood as the wood of the back and sides, and that is, in this case, it's Brazilian rosewood binding next to Brazilian rosewood back and sides. And if you don't have that black, white, black purfling strip to set it off, it kind of looks like it's just all one piece, which is fine, but we wanted this little touch of elegant contrast, which occurs with this type of binding system. It's a bit like making a sandwich as you go along, because you're working with these different layers of material. Now what he's doing here is getting ready to score that. Once again, you get one shot at it really to get that joint perfectly. A trick on this also is to have the back of your chisel polished so highly that you see the reflection of the perfect miter joint in the chisel, and that gives you an idea of exactly when to cut. But you still have to go at it very carefully. And you can see right there that pretty good miter joint. Also on this particular guitar, there'll be a black-white underneath the Brazilian rosewood heel cap that matches up perfectly with the level of the binding. So we'll show you some results later. Nice job.
On these?
Yeah.
It's too hard to push when you got a side first. It's too hard to like brush it in.
Just let yeah, that's the way that I do it on 42. Just let it go.